Well, Lamar Jackson once again was a non-participant in practice today, and over the last 4 weeks he's missed time for a knee injury, an ankle injury, a toe injury, and today once again an ankle injury. However, the Ravens offensive coordinator Todd Monken told reporters that he does expect that Jackson will play on Sunday in a big matchup versus the Pittsburgh Steelers. It's a huge game for both sides. We'll see if Lamar is back out there, but that is the full expectation that despite the fact that he didn't practice today, that Lamar Jackson will once again be out there on Sunday.
All right, thanks so much to Adam. He's with us throughout this show as we get you ready to start Week 14. Dan's here, Peter's here, J-Mac's here. Dan, how concerned are you that Lamar, clearly not 100%, heading into a massive matchup against the Steelers this weekend, and their offense has been struggling?
Yeah, I'm very concerned. It's also another reminder of the concern for me, not only this week, but moving forward. To watch Lamar play this year, it's odd, it's difficult just to see the lack of execution and high-level ability.
Yeah.
And so now it's just another reminder, like, he's not even remotely close to healthy. The misses, the decision, the holding on to the football, the lack of accuracy, the being tackled one-on-one. I also think we're trying to figure out maybe why Derrick Henry's not running as well. This was one of the best zone read combos. When Lamar's in the gun to zone read last year, they're not running it nearly as much nor nearly as effective. And so, yeah, this continues to be a huge story, and now the question mark is he going to be somewhat healthy enough for them to try and overcome his lack of health, let alone the hole that they started the season in?
Yeah, I think to your point, Todd Monken, they said they're expecting him to be there. So I'm not concerned about him health-wise. I think he's going to be on the football field. I think what you alluded to after that is the bigger concern. When you're watching him, yes, you haven't seen the same explosion when he's out being able to run by guys. What's more concerning is his inability to hit targets in the pocket. Like, that's been the part of Lamar this year where you're just like, dang, I'm not used to seeing that, the play action pass, all of those different things where he was absolutely balling. You haven't seen that. So for them offensively, you're not getting the best out of Zay Flowers because the offensive line isn't protecting Lamar long enough for him to be able to make those plays. Because I think when it comes to him at the quarterback position, part of what makes him great is his ability to hold on to the football. So whether that is him rushing for 30 yards or holding on to make a 30-yard pass, that part of the offense hasn't been there this year. And some of that has to do with the offensive line. But I think a lot of it is just having to do with Lamar just not playing as well.
Last week there were flashes, though. He ran the ball well last week.
Yes.
A couple times.
He looked good. He had a long pass that was, I thought, a ridiculous offensive pass interference call that should have been a touchdown. Isaiah Likely fumbles the ball through the end zone on a play that could go a million different ways, and if we did it 10 times, probably would happen. It'd be a different outcome 9 out of 10 times, and they were that close to being in that game with Cincinnati. He's going to play. I hate saying it like so definitively. Like, the playoffs start today.
Yeah.
If they hadn't started already last week when they lost, like, Lamar's going to play against Pittsburgh. We'll see what version we get. Is there concern? Absolutely. He had 41 touchdowns and 4 interceptions last year. He looks like not even the same. Yes, not even the same guy. Obviously, health concerns.
Yo, J-Mac, I want to ask you. So, if you're Pittsburgh, don't you sit there and go watch the same tape we watch? We see these misses to guys that are open.
Yeah.
Wouldn't you be more apt to? All right, we're going to play some more man coverage. We're going to try to shrink the windows. We're not going to give open voids. We're going to go after him because he's not making guys miss or running away from guys nearly as much as he was.
Yeah, but for Pittsburgh, you got to stop the run first. Coming off a game against Buffalo, I think you're absolutely right with that. Man coverage, go after Lamar. He already is the most blitz quarterback in the league, so teams are doing that already. The issue for them is you're going to have to stop Derrick Henry and Keaton Mitchell. If I'm Todd Monken with Lamar being banged up, I am running the ball 30 to 35 times in this game and making Pittsburgh have to stop my run.
Yeah, I do want to throw that back up there, the AFC North playoff picture, because I think it's interesting. Discerning viewer, if we can get it back up, will notice that the numbers are almost exactly the same as their chance to win the North. That's because the only realistic path any of these teams have to the playoffs is by winning the division. See that? It's really important. They all would need a whole lot of help to sniff a wild card spot. That's just why, again, to Peter's point, Lamar's going to play.
They play each other twice.
It matters.
Why do we have the Browns up there, man? Negative.
Man,
Browns move the needle, Jason.
That's your guy. St. Brown and Goff, just 5 touchdowns behind the Joe Burrow-Jamar Chase connection, for the most by any duo since Chase and St. Brown entered the league in 2021. The Bengals head to Buffalo on Sunday as they try to keep their slim, but the hopes are there. Keep those playoff hopes alive. New on NFL Live, Jamar Chase spoke moments ago about having his quarterback back.
This is a little different when they're out there and Joe's out there. Half of the time I know when I might get it with Joe. With Flacco and Jake, it's like every time you got to be prepared for the ball. So I don't think Joe is the underdog. I think they looking at the whole team as the underdog in the situation. And I think Joe just doing what Captain America do, saves the day.
I love it. He's calling him Captain America. He saves the day, Dan. Yeah. But seriously, you can see the twinkle in Jamar Chase's eye to have his QB back.
Yeah, I'm going to steal that as well. Jamar Chase, Joe Burrow, and I want to go over 3 routes for J-Mac that Jamar Chase displayed last week against the Ravens and talk about them. And I'm going to share, this is the one thing that he does just from the quarterback's perspective that allows the connection both pass and catch to happen. And then you share your perspective of from that defensive vantage point of what makes it so hard to defend. So from the top, we're going to go back to this in route, okay? So a couple things. For me, Jamar, as he runs this in route, does 2 things. Number 1, at the top, it's great with this. He has his eyes inside, seeing what the internal picture looks like. Don't run yourself into color. And the second thing that he does so well is he breaks at about the 21, 22-yard line. We call this being friendly. He's going to come back to the quarterback to protect that throw.
And as I look at this, they're playing zone coverage. So for Humphrey on the outside, you're driving him on the inside, and you're expecting help. All right, you get the linebacker out there. You clear. Now for Roquan Smith, the main objective for him, as he's moving this way, eyes before feet. He now has to take his eyes as he's seeing Joe Burrow to let go of this football. Now I have to get my vision to Jamar Chase because I need to make him scared to death to be in this position coming over the middle of the field. He doesn't. He slips him, and now that's a missed tackle, and it creates a confidence for Jamar Chase.
That's a big-time connection. Now this is going to be the go route. You're going to see Jamar go vertical. The thing that I love is he's going to seam inside to just sell to that defensive back that he's going vertical or somewhere inside. And then I love that once he gets past Marlon, there's this little swipe of his hand, and look where his head is. For me as a quarterback, once I see that receiver digs, I know that he's peeking, and he's going to go find the football up to go track it down the field.
Oh, but what you said to start that playoff, the stem of it. When I'm a DB and I'm in my back pedal, and now you start to stem me inside, everything is telling me, all right, he's running a similar route that he did on play 1. He's running something inside here, and he doesn't. So right now for Marlon Humphrey, now you turn and you get on your horse. But what's so special about this, I remember when Randy Moss came to the Tennessee Titans at the end of his career. He wasn't as fast, but he was special at once he got down here and the ball's coming, Jamar Chase's ability to track the ball. Watch how he gives him this nudge right there. And once he gives him that nudge, now he can fade to the sideline and get away from the defender and be able to haul that pass in. That's something that's very subtle, but it's special, and that's something the great ones do.
That's that little chicken wing where he just
they're not calling that,
but not fully extended. That's outstanding. That's a beautiful go route. Now this, I think this one is disgusting because we call this a shake route. So he goes outside leverage. I love that he goes outside because now the defensive back thinks, okay, if he goes outside, is he trying to leave space on the inside for what we would say this in route? And the other thing is once Jamar gets inside, look where he's peeking. He's selling to that defensive back. From my perspective, this is a little bit of an indicator to the quarterback like, hey, I'm selling here. I go to the in. Be ready for me to break away against this underneath man coverage.
And this is so hard because when you're going to see right now is Alohi Gilman is a safety over top. They essentially have a double team. To me, where Nate Wiggins messes up at the very start of this play, if I'm him, I got to get hands on Jamar Chase. I do not want to give him a free release to be able to get up the field because now he has a two-way go. Exactly what you're saying. And he's inside leverage as a DB. I have to protect this in here. I have no help. The sideline is a smaller area, but what this is just a quarterback and a receiver being on the same page. I don't care if you're double team. I'm getting the ball to you. Get open.
That's the beauty of this quarterback-wide receiver combination is the understanding of you're going to be where you're supposed to be. You put your own little sauce on it to get open, and I'll throw you open.
What you know about sauce, man?
Hey, you know what I know? Jamar Chase got a lot of sauce. Okay?